Vaping Bear.
And I'm Vaping Redneck.
Welcome to W A Vapes. Today we're going to be talking about what we're vaping on, our mods, and a couple of things that came in. We're going to do a couple of spotlights on some games for you. Other than that, here we go.
Alright, guys. Well, sorry this is the second video on the channel. Like I said, we've had some family issues. Vapor Bear's been dealing with his stuff. I've been dealing with my own stuff as right now. Happy late 4th of July to you guys, by the way. You know, proud to be an American. That's all I'm going to say on that one. So, anyways, let's get into the reviews tonight first, Vapor Bear. I think let's just get that done and over with because we got a lot of shit to review, anyways. So let's just go ahead and do that, and then we'll go into what else we need to do. Okay, first thing is first. I went out and bought a few new toys. I binge like once every couple months, and I did last week. So, right now. And just so heads up to you, Vapor Bear, I'm going to send some of those products that I got up to you probably for the next review next week. So get it up there as soon as we can to you. I'm vaping on the Cool Fire 4 in baby blue on my Heracles tank. So what I like about it is it's a 40-watt device, and it's from Inikin. And this is basically the first Inikin I ever vaped product I ever bought was the iTaste EP. Now they make like the MVP2, the MVPs, all that. Inikin is one of the best market distributors out there so far. I have not had any problems with my Inikins. What's really cool is they kind of just went with the buttons, but they turned it sideways, as you can see. So when you turn them on, they both turn green, and when you turn them off, they both, So basically, it's just a button, but they just kind of did it at an angle. I just noticed that. That's awesome. One thing I really have to say about what I really like about this device is, how most mods you know that Vapor Bear, you just press 1, 2, 3, and it shuts off. You always have that worry that it's still going to fire in your pocket if it's against something. They went a step further. They actually made a shut-off device, so you can actually shut it off completely, and it will not fire. It will not do nothing. It's just basically like a dead battery. It does come with an 18650 battery in it, but the only bad thing is you cannot replace that battery. Now, I have heard in the works that they're making another one of these where you can. Like I said in my last video, I don't like using pass-throughs. I do sometimes, but I rather not because of just the safety issue that I have. So that's why I did buy the 40 watt. And it does round robin to 40 watts, and 40 watts, and it starts I believe at 6.0 watts. One thing I do like about it is on the ohm meter, it is precise. It's not just saying 0.6 ohms or 0.5 or whatever the coil says. As I turn it on, it's reading at a 0.61, so it's very, very, very precise on what coil you're using. And the Heracles is a 0.6. It's another sub-ohm tank. I know there's a lot out there, but people have their choices, and I love this Heracles tank. It has a nice little heat sink ring that keeps, there. The only downfall I have to the Heracles is when you're trying to find the airflow, you can't really see it with the heat sinks in there. I don't know about the silver one. I got the black. I'm going to try to send the silver one up to Vapor Bear. But the way I do it is I suck it into, I kind of give it some toots, some dry, no fire toots to find out where the biggest airflow is. I'm vaping on one of my favorite juices. Of course, Space Jam. I represent Space Jam with my Space Jam hat. I think they're an awesome company. Shout out to you guys. Also, you guys freaking rock on your juices. It's a 6 milligram, 15 mil Venus. And I am vaping it currently at the max this model go to 40 watts. Like I said, and when I press it, it's vaping at a come on, I hate that though. 493 volts is what it's vaping at a 6.10. This is what I'm getting on the Venus and the Heracles 6 ohm coil, and this is what I'm getting. The flavor is awesome in this tank. Very, very, very good flavor. The cloud production isn't half bad. Now, one thing I want to point out is the next product I'm going to review. Okay, I ordered my juice from Casey Jones, Mainland Reserve, about, the 18th of last month, and it took until yesterday to get here. I was kind of like, a little bit like, kind of like not upset at Casey because I know he's the only man mixing it, but it's kind of like, I want my juice. And I told myself, I don't know if I'm going to ever order there again. That's completely changed yet a couple actually yesterday. So one of the mainlanders on this group actually ordered 2 bottles of Toucan, which is a Fruit Loop e-juice from him, and it was so awesome what this guy did. Okay, I guess United States Postal Service had broken both his bottles, and he got it, and within the hour, Vapor Bear, I'm not kidding, in the hour, he had already got another 2 bottles of Toucans ready to go, and it was already there was already shipping number for this mainliner within the hour of us saying that. You don't see that much anymore in our products. I mean, if I would order a juice from, say, a random company and it broke, it's tough luck, you know. And he also does $50 of insurance on his packages. So something like that happens, he gets reimbursed. Like I said, it did take a while to get here, but I'm telling you right now, from what I've tasted, and I'm actually vaping on. This is actually really awesome too. This is his 120 mils that he makes. This is not symmetric. This is not an actual 120 mil that I've seen. I was watching Indoor Smokers. This is close to his 500 mil from Poconos Vape. That's close. That's very close to it. I'm vaping on 0.6 milligram Murica creamy apple pie. And I've been vaping on this nonstop. And this is how much I've used in the last, 48 hours? That's all I've used. His juice is very, very thick. It's very, very good. It's very, very delicious. I will be buying from him a lot more. The trick is, I've heard from the mainliners down there, is as soon as you get your first batch of juice, you order another one. By the time you're running out of the first 120 mil, your second one's already here. Pricing is awesome. I spent $31 for the whole caboodle. For the 120 mil and the shipping and handling, which he also does 2-day priority mail, which is awesome, was $31. That's it. And you go to a local store, now granted, I'm not saying anything bad, but 120 mils are kind of pricey. His was only 26 bucks, 27 something with shipping, without shipping and handling. Okay. So, like I said, I don't like doing pass-throughs, but for this video, I'll do it because my eye stick had actually died during earlier, so I'm actually charging it. I'm vaping, of course, on my Lantis 2, which is by far is my favorite tank, but the Heracles comes up pretty close to it. I'm vaping on 4.6 volts on a 0.5 ohm coil, and it's vaping at 5.2 volts. So, and I bet I'm at 4.6 watts. And that is Casey Jones. See how thick that vape is, and the apple pie Vapor Bear is spot on. It's like it almost reminds me, like, on the, like, speaking of 4th of July, happy 4th of July. I don't know if I said that already, but it almost like, when you go to a 4th of July party and Grandma brings her homemade apple pie and it tastes warm and delicious. That's exactly what it reminds me of. I'm gonna try to get some bottles, some more reviews from him. He has a whole line. Anyways, that's what I got to say on my products. Vapor Bear, you know what? Go ahead and take it away, brother.
I'm vaping on the last of my Cowboy, which, as you can see, is not very much. I'm still doing that on my Hammond. I love this thing. It's freaking amazing. As far as I'm concerned, really good product. The cloud production is not too bad. I mean, I'm still beginning. I'm still a beginner going with the vaping production myself. As far as I'm concerned, cloud production for me is good. We got new coils and stuff. So I bought those at Bangor. I have a shop down in Bangor, and they have a house juice called Blue Chill, which is like blueberry and menthol. Very good flavor. Um, Now, let me tell you, this mod is amazing. I love the tank. The tank got good production. As you can see, I'm vaping on 1.6 ohms, and the wattage, the voltage is 5.1. But the cloud production is pretty good. And this is one of the clouds. And as you can tell from the last video, this one is definitely better. I'm getting better at my vapes. Now, I know that there's a few things that, I still don't know about vaping, but I did my research on this particular mod, and I suggest if you buy a new mod or you buy a new tank, that you do the research on it and make sure that the tank and the mod work together in harmony, because if they don't, then something's going to happen, and there's a possibility you might get hurt. Um, but from what I've seen and what I've done with my research and stuff, this is beautiful. And I will take it throw it over to Vaping Redneck because he's got a couple more things he needs to talk to you about, and then we'll get on with the show here.
All right, so as you know, poor Vapor Bear has to go 3 hours to his vape shop. Mine's only about 5 miles down the road, and I'm saying this out of what I've learned. I like supporting my local vape shops. I buy their house juices from Alpha Star Vapes. I actually have Orange Crush, and that is at one of his house juices. And from Steampunk, I have Raspberry Mountain. Support your local vape shops. They need that. They need that support. That's all I gotta say. That's what I'm saying about that. And if you happen to be in Brighton and you happen to see Steampunk or Alpha Star, go in there and say, hey, I saw your some review from Vapor Bear and Vaping Redneck of your house juice and some of the stuff, and just say you saw it on D.W.A. Vapes, and then he'll know who he'll know who you're talking about. They'll know who you're talking about. I'm not saying he'll give you a discount, but these two guys are in it for the vapors. Most places are pretty expensive. They're really reasonable on their products. They're really knowledgeable. If you have any questions, just feel free to ask them. They will let you know what will work, what won't work. They're very, very knowledgeable, very, 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 very knowledgeable people. And I love going into both vape shops. They're both great people. So keep that up. And, so what were else? Gaming. You go ahead and take your shout out first.
Spotlights.
Spotlights.
My spotlight tonight is on a game that I haven't played yet, but I've watched, and I immediately fell in love with it. It's called Ark. It is by far an amazing game. It is a PC game that I'm hoping and praying that one of these days they'll make it an Xbox game, but I haven't had a chance to get my hands on it yet. I will get my hands on it, and I will give you more in-depth review on the game. The game, from what I see, is amazing. You can actually tame and ride dinosaurs. You can build houses.
Yeah, the whole pooping thing though freaks me out.
Yeah, it's definitely a game that
it's not for children.
Yeah, it's an awesome game. I tell you, it's a multiplayer or it's a multiple person MMO. Um, it's online and it is by far, from what I've seen, a very, very good game. And like I said, I will get my hands on it and I will let you know what I think of it in detail in a later date. But that's my spotlight. Now,
My
spotlight
my spotlight for the week is Dying Light. I know it's been out for a while. I originally started playing it on the computer. My computer's starting to wind down, and it's getting old. It's about 2.5 years old now. You know how that works. I went and bought Dying Light for me and Vapor Bear on the Xbox One. It was like playing a whole new game. The graphics were so vibrant that it was like it's almost to the point, and Vapor Bear knows this for a fact. I don't like repeating games. I don't. Once I beat it, I'm done. This is by far one of the best games that I have repeated, and I'm not even bored with it. Because it's always something different, and you never know what you're going to run into. I've always they're bringing out new DLC all the time. I think there's like 3 or 4 DLCs out now, and I've heard from actually hardcore gamers who've played that this is what Dead Island should have been. This is what they should have made Dead Island as, because they're both makers from the same people. So if you haven't played Dying Light, I'm sure probably most of you have. Go out and get yourself a copy if you can, and just try it. It's very fun. It's open world. Actually, one of my friends that I used to talk to said that there's potential for an MMORPG in there if they would take it that far. Granted, I don't know if they will, but there is potential for that because of how massive that world is and how much different stuff happens all the time. There's something always happening. You're always having an airdrop, or you're having something that needs to be saved from a zombie, or you're doing missions. There's missions, tons of missions. You're always learning new skills. It's a very, very, very full, detailed game, and I absolutely love it. That is my spotlight. Now we're gonna go into
I must say though is that there are points where zombies will scare the shit out of me in that game.
Both I and Vapor Bear are not very big jumpers, but we both have jumped from that game. So it's
they sneak up on you.
Basically took everything that we like about zombie games and rolled it into one. That's what I say about it.
It's an amazing game.
Anyways, Vapor Bear, it's that time for dun 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 dun, our last thoughts. So why don't you take it off first, and then I'll finish it up, and then we'll let the YouTubers go do what they normally do, watch more YouTube.
Exactly. And now, my last thoughts are, and I know I've said this already, research, research, research. Make sure you research the product. Make sure you do the right amount of research on the products that you have and what you're using. Um, Another thing is, there are YouTubers all over that will help you understand more about your mod, more about what's going on in the vaping community, more about, what you need to do and what you need to do to be safe. And there's a couple of things that I want to make sure that I touch base on you with. Make sure that you know what your tank can handle, what your mod can handle, what the ohms of your tank are, what the ohms that your mod can handle. Make sure that it's the right wattage, and just do your research, people. Please do your research. And that's all I gotta say about my last thoughts. I'm gonna shoot it over to you.
Okay, I take this very seriously because as a vapor and as you a vapor bear as a vapor, we are fighting for a right now as we speak. We are fighting for our rights to vape, and if you have not already, you need to go over to casa.org and sign up. They are all about vaping. They're for vaping rights, and the FDA is trying to ban 98% of vaping products. And I don't want to be stuck going back down to an e-cig, like a Views or a Mark 10 or those cigs or something like this. I'm not kidding you guys. If we do not fight for our rights, we will not have we will no longer have any more new tanks, any more new mods, any more new juices. There will be a select few juices that we are allowed to vape on, if any. So we need to fight. We need to fight this as a group, as one big vaping group. I don't care, if you're in California, which is getting hit hard, or if you're in New York or wherever. We need to fight this as a group and a community, and we do not need to make it look worse on us. As going on, being jerks about vaping and disrespectful, because we don't need that on our list of page of what they already have. So if you have not, or if you're a vapor, or you support vaping, or someone who is vaping, just say, hey, go over to cost.org, sign up, and do your rights to action. See what's going on in your state of vaping. And that's my final thought. We need to do this, and that's all I'm going to say on that note. You guys have a wonderful.
Go ahead.
You have a wonderful week. We'll try to get more videos in, and you know what? Let's keep on vaping, guys. Let's keep on vaping.
And make sure that even if you don't vape and you know someone that does, do not be afraid to sign up on that website as well.
If you support
vaping, if you support it, sign up. Because if you don't, this
will no longer be. So that's all.
It won't happen anymore.
That's all we have to say on that note. You guys have a wonderful week, and we'll see you on the next one.
Keep it vaping.